After months of anticipation, due to a leak, Ultron has finally invaded our Marvel Rivals matches. His gameplay instantly piqued my interest. A damage-focused strategist with great mobility? Sign me up! He's incredibly fun, his gunplay is satisfying as heck, and his voice actor is really selling the whole "I am an immortal machine" theme. But he really doesn't feel like a strategist, does he? Let's try to delve into that. Strategists in Marvel Rivals typically bring team-saving heals, zoning tools, or utility ultimates. Ultron brings high damage pressure with his Encephalo Ray, decent sustain via his drone, but lacks these moment-swinging tools that define the role. His permanent flight and boosters make him surprisingly slippery if utilized correctly, but the Firewall's bonus health is almost pitiful for what other strategists have up their arsenal. He has clear strengths and weaknesses, and that's kind of the problem. He's a very balanced character, a bit high on damage and range, sure, but it's outweighed by his low healing and support capabilities. It's similar to Mantis' base kit in a way, low healing but high damage potential and powerful CC instead of mobility. But his ultimate is where things get weird. You fire projectiles that create an AoE spell field that deals damage to enemies and heals allies. The healing amount is huge and should not be underestimated, but it's not reliable enough as a defensive strategist ultimate. It doesn't cover a large enough area, nor is it the easiest thing to hit moving allies. As an offensive ultimate, it's alright for taking down low health stragglers or focusing strategists with lack of mobility or self-heal, but it kinda lacks in both departments. It's bizarre, because I really like the design of this ability. It has a lot of counterplay and skill expression. Ultron needs to play around cover, but also have a clear view of the battlefield to properly distribute his projectiles. His self-healing is rather low, at 50 health per second, allowing opponents to shut it down easily, and he's locked out of using other abilities besides his enhanced flight. Its versatility is one of its strong points. It can zone enemies and support allies, depending on how you aim, and that flexibility helps justify the high numbers. He is a fair and balanced character, and I love him for that. But it's also the reason why he can feel so underwhelming when compared to other strategists like Luna or Loki. He struggles with stabilizing his team in frantic fights, and the bonus health he gives via Firewall is very underwhelming. His power level just isn't on par with other strategists in the game. It's kind of ironic how in my previous video I complained about how powerful strategists were, and now I'm saying Ultron isn't strong enough. What irony. But thanks to his design, great as it is, he just needs a couple of tune-ups. So let's address the problems again and come up with solutions to mend them. His ultimate AoE is very small. It's currently a 3-meter radius, but the main problem is that the sphere explodes when it hits an enemy or an ally, making it problematic to consistently hit the desired area. There is a rather simple solution. Make the projectiles pass through heroes, no matter if they're full health or injured, but not double dip into the values. So they are either hit by the projectile itself, or the resulting explosion. Increasing his projectile radius to match his drone, so 8 meters, will make it more consistent at accomplishing both uses of his ultimate, help teamfights in a pinch, or shred enemies that are grouped up and out of position. Maybe even lowering the damage would be needed to counteract the ease of hitting enemies. His drone is incentivized to be used on vanguards, but the bonus health from Firewall is incredibly pitiful for that class of characters. It's okay for self-peel, but it isn't amazing at it. Here, we cannot overbuff the ability to make Ultron even more difficult to kill, so here is my fix. Have the bonus health scale off of maximum health of the characters that receive it, with some small base number for squishier heroes. Something like 20% of max health, plus 25 base, would scale better for vanguards, while still being fair for squishier heroes. Many people would ask for an increase in his healing capabilities, but honestly, we have enough healing creep in the game. I would be up for a tiny burst heal when applying the drone, similarly to Brigitte's repair packs in Overwatch, but anything more would disrupt the intended downsides of the character. A small observation from me, his reload animation is incredibly similar in length to the delay between his shots. I often find myself reloading between each shot when poking during the neutral game, and I'm not losing out on that much damage. His fire rate is fine compared to his damage, so unless they're planning to buff that part of his kit, I would give him unlimited ammo. Ammunition in hero shooters is there to give characters some downtime for their pressure, but the downtime between Ultron shots is long enough, so why not? Ultron is such a fun character to play, but needs just a couple of screws to be tightened. Let's hope the developers will give our synthetic god the power he deserves to reign supreme. I'm curious to see how NetEase will deal with Ultron in the coming weeks. Comment below what you want to see from this character being changed, and maybe even post your own ideas. I'm eager to see them.